Hello, and welcome to 5 Words, the podcast.
Not 5 Words, the telecast, or 5 Words, the
Web series.
or 5 Words, the
TV show.
or 5 Words, the
Treatment for a pilot script.
or the debating 5 Words, the debate. That'd be a funny. Wait, here we go. Here's how we're going to debate in 5 words. Ready?
Okay.
I'm going to throw down a topic.
Yeah.
You be pro it. I be
Okay.
con it.
Go.
And we're going like 5 words. Hold on. Cigarettes.
Oh, I don't like this position you've put me in. Okay, if I have to be pro cigarettes, you look really cool when you're smoking them, and you can meet people outside that you wouldn't have otherwise talked to.
That's way more than 5 words. I thought you were going to be like, don't smoke, they are bad. There you go. That was going to be mine.
I didn't understand.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Co-host, co-creator of the podcast, 5 Words, Caitlin Cook. Sometimes doesn't get the game, but that doesn't matter.
I'm stupid.
No, you're not. You're wonderful. I just spring things on you. Wait, so where you go? Wait, so this week we're in what? We're in London.
So this week we are in London, post Edinburgh Fringe. Tonight at the Bill Murray in London, you can see us both do our shows.
Yeah.
Fresh from the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
The Bill Murray, it's in
Angel.
It's in Angel,
Islington.
in Islington, is easily not only my favorite venue in London, but arguably, definitely my top 5 favorite venues in the world.
Yes, I agree.
That place is fantastic.
It's the fucking best.
Yeah.
And you will get to see a show that we've been running for every day for 25 days straight.
27 days
27 days straight.
Yeah.
So if you want to see my show Death Wish or Sean's show.
You hear my voice, how grizzled this is now? And you hear how
Sean's show.
happy Caitlin is? You see how that...
Sean's show, Contra Dickhead. Come to the Bill Murray tonight. It's our final show in the UK for the time being.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Later.
5 Words.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to 5 Words, the podcast.
That's Caitlin Cook. I'm a special guest co-host, Kyle Kinane, sitting in for...
Pretty good Kinane.
Is it really?
It's better than... Well, we'll hate it.
I think I hate it. I decided I'm going to start opening each episode with an impersonation of the guest and see if the audience can guess.
Ooh, I like that.
That's Kyle Kinane, one of the most brilliant and imitated comedians
That's very
in
true.
America today.
And not purposely imitated a lot of the time. People think that they've found their voice, but it's Kyle's voice.
Yeah. Kyle's
It's
an
Kyle's gruff voice.
infectious pirate truck driver who does it on his time off
Do pirates have trucks?
because
What's
he
happening?
just likes doing good deeds.
It's very true.
He likes
I
doing
really
good
enjoyed
whatever,
this
man.
episode.
Just pay me in a good hang.
Yes.
No, Kyle's awesome.
We recorded this one in his house in LA, so there's no video, but I'm glad that there isn't. It's just for us listeners.
You don't need video with Kyle.
No, you don't.
Kyle is
got the
his but his personality is very like his personality gets inside your head. And you see him like I think that's because he blew up an old school way from
With
an album.
Yeah.
So like
Death
it was
of the Party, right?
Death of the Party, which is I recommend amazing. His specials on Comedy Central and his half hour on Netflix are great. But like if you want to hear where it all started, Death of the Party, great album.
Very true.
And All Things is it on a Special Thing Records, I believe. Anyway, so you listen to that and you're like, by the end of it, you're like, I know this guy. I see this guy. I'm friends with this guy.
Yeah.
I hung out with this dude. I know him. I owe this guy money. You know?
All
you
of
feel
those
like you owe
things are
Kyle
actually
money.
true for us, except I don't think we owe him money.
We don't owe Kyle money, thankfully.
But that's how this podcast feels. We're hanging out with him. We're talking to him. It's great.
It's great. Check him out. Check out the app.
Yes, check out the app. And
Check yourself before you
before you overcorrect yourself.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. Enjoy.
It's called Panama Red. I like it.
Yeah, Panama is like little session sativa.
Yeah.
Not freaking out.
No, you
yet.
just get. Well, I learned that apparently that it's the what's the other we call indica.
Indica.
That's my shit.
The couch, the chill, the
couch.
In the couch.
you like that sort of like melted, just shut down vibe.
Well,
Yeah.
because I'm only gonna smoke if I'm at home. I can't smoke around people.
Really?
So we've already done that.
Yeah, we've
There
already
we go.
done
Am I confessing right
broken
now?
rule number 1.
Whoops.
Well, you know what it is? It was like, it's this juvenile thing where like, pass the bowl, come on, pussy, take another hit. It's like, you can have just one hit.
Just a little tingle.
Be fine.
Just a little tingle.
And then when it wears off, but instead of like, well, if I'm going to get stoned, I guess I have to get all the way stoned. If I'm going to get drunk, I have to get all the way drunk. It's like, man, I never limits.
I never got that. Or I get it. I grew up around the fucking people, but like the person who with weed was like, you have to smoke. We have to smoke
all of the weed.
All of it. We're either going to pack it's going to be 2 of us.
Yeah.
We're going to roll a quarter bag into a blunt, or we're going to pack it in the 4-footer.
Yeah.
And take bong rips until our lungs explode and cough for 15 minutes. And then we're both going to be afraid.
Yeah.
But too afraid to admit that we're afraid.
Yeah.
Because we're too high.
Yeah, past the capability to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Or have any reasoning. Or like, you're kind of sleeping, but your eyes are open.
Right.
And you also don't feel good.
And you also...
And we're going to do it every night.
That's why...
That was my early 20s.
Yes.
My late 20s, early 20s.
Yes. I'm and I'm a person of extremes anyway. So like, I am really enjoying, even as obnoxious as the microdosing people are, in terms of talking about microdosing. I like that that's becoming a thing because it's basically the idea of like, hey, let's just take a little.
Yeah.
And they're rebranding it as
let's just loosen. Let's have one drink at lunch.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll be like the British.
Well, like if one drink isn't going to do anything, then you have one drink. You're like, oh, I'm glad I had one drink.
Exactly.
Don't have to be drunk. I could just be like, oh.
Like I wish I exercised like those hardcore people.
Micro exercise?
No, I do micro exercise now. I'm talking about I wish I macro-sized.
Flexing my ankles right now.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could take my friend Brian from Slidell, Louisiana's desire to smoke at least a half ounce of marijuana daily and apply that to turn it into a desire to like lift weights and eat well.
The people that work out that like to get high when they work out.
I got a friend that doesn't work out, but he tinkers, like he makes things. Like electronics or working on motors. And he knows what he's doing. But I'm going to get high and pull things apart.
See, I kind of understand that. That's fun.
He was working in the Philippines and he just bought a bunch of fake Rolexes and he brought them home just to pull them apart and see if you can put them back together.
I really relate
to
that, though.
learn about how that machine works.
And you know what? And straight up, I would pay $20,000 for one of those. Because it has a story. You know what I mean? It's not just some fucking Swiss watch
this right here is a RoboCop of watches.
Like that's how this sounds like I'm bragging now, but my grandpa invented the guitar pedal, the wah pedal.
Really?
Yeah, but he wasn't a.
You come from Wawa money?
No, because he didn't put a patent on it. Patent? I never say that word right. Patent or patent?
He didn't. Patent it. He didn't patent. I can't do that. But he did. What's the thing?
I'll put an effect on it later. Say patent normally.
No. We're gonna we don't put effects on 5 words.
Fine.
We just go
keep it real.
like an otter getting goosed.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but he invented the molly
but
pedal.
he wasn't a musician.
Otter getting goosed.
He was like your friend that liked to take things apart and put them back together, and he put something together that made a weird sound, and he plugged it into an instrument, and the rest is.
I think it's like a lot of the guitar pedals. People just
just like them make a weird sound. Yeah.
So let's get maybe one of your buddies' watches is like the fucking.
Oh my God! It's the next
Inspector Gadget watch.
I just pull it apart, put it together, and now I can time travel.
Yeah. I just figured that out. I just cracked that code.
That would be amazing.
I wish
that's a movie. Promise.
Yeah. Like I don't. This is why I like just micro the session sativa because it makes me want to like tinker with things, but I'm not a tinkerer. I'm just a fucking yammerer. So it makes me want to yammer. and sometimes a belch comes out, but that you're
spinning the gears in your own mind.
Right? Yeah.
A belch is to talk and what cracking your knuckles are before you go back in. To pull an engine apart. You know.
I got a stiffness in my thinking.
I'm trying to pull this conversation apart, see what it's made out of.
There you go.
That that's also like because you Midwest. Me, you see, this is
yes, me Midwest.
Yeah. I'm on just like basic.
Me Tarzan, you Midwest.
Like I said, I pulled the conversation apart.
Tarzan
stripped it down to its basics.
Tarzan has to walk around the pond.
me South, you Midwest, you West Coast.
Yeah,
it's country one. No, you're from the Midwest. I think the Midwest and the South share a similar desire to just get completely trashed and hide from reality.
Well, when I was stuck in the loop and I see other people, it's like, well, life's not gonna be the best thing.
Yeah,
like you might get some stuff that'll be cool, but and that's a Garrison Keillor quote from something where it's like. Things might be nice for a while. Don't get used to it. It'll go back to normal. Like that's a Midwestern. Like everything's man, we had a fun night. Anyway, like just watching Fargo, just watching how they're like talking about sandwiches. Like they're happy.
Yeah.
Because they don't know the next level of happiness, or maybe they don't want to know.
Yeah.
Where was I going?
Or maybe that is to them.
No, there were so many things in there.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, so people just get fucked up because they're like, well, I guess my job sucks. Let's party tonight so I don't have to remember I have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. And then I'll never do great at my job because I'm kind of hungover a little bit of days. Right. But I'll do well enough to afford to live in the same area.
Yeah. I don't know which is better, though, of like that's like the anti-ambition. So you're just like, you're not satisfied necessarily, but like you've taken your stake and you're like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Or the ambitious route, which is like you dream bigger, but then you're hitting all of these walls of like, maybe I'll never be happy because I'm constantly reaching for the next thing.
I always thought, there was like a vibe of like, who has dreams? You don't have dreams past high school.
That's so interesting.
Like everybody's kind of playing bands, but it was always kind of accepted. Like, that's what you're gonna do on the weekends,
right?
That's a good
fun thing. Like,
and you have to be talented to do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tour. What? You're gonna quit a job. You have a job. You're gonna quit a job to go make no money.
You're gonna. But then it's funny because like you had a dream, and here I had a dream. We all had dreams, and like some of us sometimes in the most blue collar way still achieve them. It's just not. It's not this grandiose thing when you think about when you were like 13 or a kid and just being like, I know I'm going to do something. There's something else.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. First it's going to be high school, I guess. But then what?
And what if I'm willing to work hard at something, but it's not going to be like, well, that's a company. Look, I go into that building.
Right.
And I might get a bigger office every few years if I really work hard in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. What if I take that hard work and just apply it to something that's a little bit more, obtuse of an idea? I never know if I use the word obtuse correctly.
That was correct.
Okay.
Obtuse?
Does that mean like, or more abstract, I guess is the word I was looking for. Like a more abstract idea, but I'm still going to work hard at it, even though the chances of making it aren't great. But so what?
You know, when you say obtuse, I think of the scene from The Shawshank Redemption. Oh yeah, this is a fun game I like to play where I'm like play with Caitlin, where I'm like, it's like a scene from this movie that everyone's.
What if I just do 5 words, but they're from Shawshank Redemption?
I will tell a really interesting story that has no relationship to the plot whatsoever.
That's the plot of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No.
But no, you work at some shit. But I guess that's the thing of like, it when you have relatives who are just like, oh, funny man here. Guess he's just gonna go. Guess he like or like when I'm at home. Well, same thing you talk about when I go home and I sleep. My natural clock is waking up at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. at the earliest. Yeah. And I'll get shit from relatives like, oh, this guy just woke up. And I'm like, yeah, but I also have spent the past decade.
Yeah,
entertaining
and also
like
your work
sometimes.
Is you have to be at your highest energy much later on in the day than more people.
Yeah, and also I'm flying all over. I've been doing shit for free for years to get to this point, working shit jobs, driving delivery jobs on my lunch break from a warehouse. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna sleep till when I want.
Yeah,
I had temp jobs back to like the math, and my buddy was reiterating it. Now he's like, Man, 5 days for the man, 2 for me. That's bad math.
Also a great bad name. Bad math.
Bad
You want
math.
to see? You want to see? You get lazy people like they say. That's the key to like saving the environment is a 4-day work week. It's taking 1 day of commuting out of it. You want to see people get on the side of environmentalism that were like indifferent before?
Yeah.
4-day work week.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
what? Yeah, man, we could do it for the kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
I ain't
is a
coming
way to
in,
win
it's for the
people
children.
over.
It's for the children. It's what I've always wanted to do. I mean, it's also like if you like the amount of I don't know stress and who says? I mean, I would love to be one of those people who's just like, ah, man, you're alive. There's no reason to be stressed out. Like I wish I had that bright, but like I also know that like
every day is a gift.
it's all a gift, and you just don't even open the gift. Just know it's in there. You know, I wish I was one of those people.
Yeah,
that is it. But at the same time, I know like, but there's so much stress and anxiety intertwined in my life because of what I do. But I also know that it's on my own terms. If that makes sense. Like the pain and torture I put myself through, I know it's like, no, because I want to be better at something or because I want to strive harder at it, not just not because there's a boss telling me I gotta.
You could be one of those guys that has that 20-minute or 10-minute set, like we were just talking about in the last episode, if it is the last episode with Dean Del Rey. But just like if you have that honed set that always kills and you just coast on it for years, you could be that person. But that's not who you guys are. That's not who.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you could save yourself the stress.
Well, it's what do you want? Do you just want the adulation of a crowd? Because those are the guys that stop writing. Like, this crowd loves the stuff that works. But what are you going to come back here and do the same shit next year? You can't. Everybody's going to get used to you. Nobody's going to like it.
Yeah.
Or those guys write the kind of thing where people go back. They go back to it like people watch A Christmas Story every year. Where it's like, oh, that comedian's back, and they're going to do the bit about
who's a Christmas
about
Story
titty
comedian?
Who's the titty cheese comedian?
Titty cheese chunk. He closes with the whole titty cheese impersonation.
Make it Detroit. We are titty cheese.
Titty cheese.
Oh, he's got a catchphrase, and we love saying the catchphrase.
Oh my God.
Maybe the new thing is you show up the next year with jars of titty cheese.
But you got to make money on merch because Hollywood's not paying you.
Right. No. You're just filling up old mason jars full of Cheez-It. And you're like, here you go, Cheese Whiz. You're like, titty cheese.
Somebody was telling me their merch was like pasta sauce.
Oh, I've seen that.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, it's Mike Racine. Yeah. It's apparently very good.
Sauce.
Is it good sauce?
I've heard it's very, very good.
Judging by how Italian and fucking loudmouth he is, I would say yes. Judging by how racist he is, the sauce is amazing. Just kidding, Mike. We love you. He's not racist. He's not a racist. Got to be clear about that.
Yeah.
But no, Mike's Mike. You know,
Mike tastes different to the Puerto Ricans.
Hey, you know.
Sorry, we don't put any of those shitty bananas in it you guys like so much.
Oh, it's funny. We don't.
I don't even know Mike Racine. Sorry, that's me.
We don't put live geckos in there. What?
Where is this accent going?
Yeah, I'm doing a Chicago guy, I think.
That was my favorite. For listeners, we all went to the Magic Castle last week, and you just every time Sean tried to do an accent, you were like, "Stop it! No, it always goes Irish."
It's a magic trick. Hold on. Also, for listeners, the Magic Castle is an actual magic castle in LA full of magicians.
Oh yes, sorry.
It's amazing. Work your way up to it. Anyway,
it's like a frat house full of magicians.
It is
full-on frat house.
It's like where the Oscars of magic is every year.
But maybe that's what I have to wake up looking at every accent as a gift from Sean, as opposed to every accent as a curse.
Every what?
Every accent's a gift there. I think that's a pretty good Chicago guy there, huh?
No, it's better than I can do.
No, it's not. There it goes. It goes Minnesota right away. And then once it goes Minnesota, the next thing you know, it's going to go Irish. There it is. It got Irish.
You know what your accent is just Epcot Center. That's all it is. It's just cruising the.
You know what my accent
is? UN in 30 seconds.
It's like like a pet ferret. Like while it's in the cage, it's adorable, and it's like, look at that thing. Take it out. Then once I take it out, it's scampering all over the place. It's fucking pissing places.
Jesus, allegories
Mm-hmm.
are coming in a
Spot
close
on.
second to how bad your accent is.
I mean, I tell you, I don't know. I mean, my allegories are.
I'm just a dick nowadays. I don't.
No.
I'm not clever anymore, so I just make fun of everybody.
My allegories like Wi-Fi. My allegories
Oh,
are like
boy.
Wi-Fi.
Oh my
Sometimes-
God.
Sometimes they're they're on. Sometimes you can't connect.
Sometimes you got it.
Yeah,
Sometimes your neighbor's trying to steal it. So good.
there it goes. Sometimes it's got weird names like "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And then people illegally let that happen.
Somebody nearby here has girls who fart a lot. And I'm like, I want to know them.
Yeah.
Well, wait, we were just at the Rio in Vegas, and they have a new internet thing where you've got to call every 24 hours and
to
give
get
them
your
the
IP address
of your
whitelisted.
computer.
Yeah.
So they can go, okay, approved, and then you get the. But did you notice the name of the network we were on every time?
I can't remember.
In Vegas, a professional
Titty cheese.
Fuck you.
Amazing.
No, it was fuck you in all one word. Fuck you, all caps.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was fuck you every
was
time.
absolutely
You guys
not.
I
you guys
guarantee
got
it
your
was.
identity stolen.
No.
It totally was.
No.
It totally was.
No.
There's a
I
Filipino
definitely
guy.
I would've
There's a
noticed
Filipino
that.
guy
I
in a
noticed it every
shopping
time.
All
story
right.
with your
Let's
name right now.
listeners, we'll get back to you when we're back in September.
Yeah.
You're not making it back. Your licenses are revoked.
They wanted you had to give them your social security number before your IP address so that they can make sure they lined up. So we have to make sure
They
they
don't
align.
match. How do I know it's you?
You know, they got to align. Have you ever gotten those calls? Like that always happens around April and March
What?
of every year where you just get a message from the IRS.
Yes, I just
They
got
leave
one
you a
earlier
voicemail?
today from Houston, Texas, and I was like, "Who the fuck from Houston is calling me?" I answered, and they were like, "You've got a warrant out for your arrest,
Oh,
Social Security, blah blah blah."
I didn't get one of those, but I heard about those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's funny because you'll call back and the person will answer, go Internal Revenue Service, and you'll be like, yes, I missed a call from you. And they're like, yes, is this 985? They just read your phone number back, and you're like, yeah, that's it. And they're like, okay, so yeah, you have. There's a cease and
You're
desist
like, "What's
against
my name?"
your bank account, and we want to alleviate that right now. So we're gonna need.
Oh, thanks.
And it's like,
Thanks so much.
oh, I'm glad they've got you, the person answering this, knowing all that. They give the receptionist at the IRS so much fucking info.
There's only like 7 people at the
Yeah.
IRS. I
The
didn't realize
whole
that.
thing. They're roommates.
That's why it takes so long to get your refund back.
You know, because half the time they're not even working.
Nope.
They do 4-day work weeks. That's why it takes
Government.
so freaking long. You know,
Secretly, the government's on board with this
dude. That
environmentalism.
you don't. I'm surprised you don't get those.
I would get so many. I just don't answer anything. Unless you leave a message, I'm not answering.
Yeah.
But you're also a guy. You're also a guy who's good. Not that it matters if you're good or bad with money to get one of those calls. But you're also a guy who I feel like when they're like trolling through the information banks, you're probably a guy who's never needed to use like a tax relief service or. You're good.
No,
with
I've
that.
always been stayed on top of that stuff.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
I never like screwed around and didn't pay taxes or something.
Yeah, that's.
You getting that one?
I know a couple people who did that for 6 years and are
Yep.
now paying a monthly stipend to keep Uncle Sam happy. I'm just saying, I know a couple of them personally, as if I live in their body.
Yeah.
You know, now on a payback plan.
What is
Yeah.
it like? It fucks your credit score or something?
I know my credit score is fine. It's just there was a time when I first started actually making money as a performer, I was just like I didn't even understand how to pay taxes. So there was a couple years where I just didn't because I didn't know how. And then I got ahead of it though. I was like, I should call someone. And I talked to like my lawyer, my entertainment lawyer, and he was like, oh no, call these people.
You had a lawyer before you had an accountant?
I did. I don't. My agent does all the accounting. That's probably not smart.
Well, that sounds trustworthy.
I don't have.
Like showbiz barnacles?
Yeah.
You letting him
There are things.
No, my agent. I just
yeah. They tell me
got
exactly.
the guy who handled Elvis's shit to do it for me.
Yeah, it's great.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm not that's
I'm
the
writing
part.
that
got Willie-
down
I got
to
Wi-
change
I got
after
Willie
this
Nelson.
podcast.
Yeah, I got Willie Nelson's guy.
It's great. It's going well. You know?
That's the exact reason why major stars go bankrupt is because somebody's supposed to pay their taxes for them,
and it just doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
What
heads up,
or
letting
or
people who
someone
aren't
managing your money
accountants-
and skimming it.
Oh no, I use an actual. I use an actual like tax like,
No. I know.
service now.
I know
But,
you're
like,
good.
It's funny because like even these companies that help people figure out payment plans with the IRS after you're done doing business, your monthly business with them, will still send you and by the way, check us out, give us some stars on Yelp.
Ugh.
Oh,
that's like everything,
Yeah.
like
I've had doctor's appointment. Everything's been like, we'd love your feedback. We'd love your feedback. Just fuck off. If you don't hear anything, you did fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, is there a Yelp? Is Yelp on Yelp? Like,
oh
is there like a meta?
We should Yelp.
Can someone Yelp?
I
Yeah.
can open this computer in front of me right now.
Oh no, that makes it too easy.
What kind of wormhole?
That makes it, that's how the death of conversation and speculation. The internet.
True.
The moment I do miss.
But you had a question about the internet.
Oh yeah,
So,
but then
that's not just basic knowledge.
That's true. But what's the fun of knowing the answer before you get to fuck with the question? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a real yes or no question you had.
Yeah. A Yelp for Yelp.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
no, because then they just. What do you think? Yelp's not going to give itself 5 stars?
Look,
think Yelp's going to let any bad reviews come through? That was their whole thing, getting in trouble with businesses.
Yeah,
like, hey, you want to pay us for advertising?
Mm-hmm.
Knock some of these bad reviews off.
That's I think it's a more philosophical question. My philosophical questions are a lot like plants.
Oh, God.
Right? You leave a couple indoors.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
Some can survive without
I'm
water.
gonna go
That's
get
my point. Are we at the point? Oh shit! All right, yeah. Kyle.
Okay.
What are your 5 words?
Wait,
hold on. Caitlin's gonna write these down.
Sorry, I didn't get a piece of paper before.
Well,
this.
you don't. You can just do it on there.
We're not filming this one. All right.
There we go.
Hit us with those 5 words.
Okay, let's see. Let's go with orange.
Good start.
Always.
Solid start.
Always.
If it's a food item, that's 2 words.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Chicken tetrazzini.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Proper nouns are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna misspell it. Sorry.
I don't know how to spell it either.
It's not.
Oh boy, no. All right. Let's see. Waterfall.
Yeah. Everybody likes one of those, or a loud river, as a Norwegian person once called
That's
it.
True.
Is death too bleak?
You can
Nope.
No, it's never.
Hit us with death.
Or
All
not
right.
bleak? Is it too obtuse?
Can
Can I use obtuse?
I think it's more
As,
abstract.
As the president of words, yes.
Let's take death away and let's put in omnivore.
Ooh,
there we're
omnivore.
Now we're talking.
All right.
How many was that?
4.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the 5th one.
Big finish.
The 5th one's always. It's just another word.
Wait. What did I give you already?
You got orange, chicken tetrazzini,
chicken tetrazzini,
waterfall,
omnivore. Should it be more unrelated to these other things?
No,
it doesn't matter.
As long as it's
As long
something
as
you
the keyword
feel
of the story
represents your story. The story you
marinated.
Ooh, gonna use a past tense. Marinated.
I also, turns out, don't know how to spell that word.
That's
Oh, no, maybe I do.
So,
No, I think I do.
Kyle, your 5 words are orange, chicken tetrazzini,
Sorry.
waterfall,
I'm spelling with one hand.
waterfall, omnivore, marinated. Now that is quite the tale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet that's quite the tale.
Yeah, you want me to start?
You go right ahead. What are you thinking?
All right. Well, knowing Kyle, I think this story started out. I'm gonna say at an orchard, an orange orchard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very common in California.
Do I get to speak?
No,
No.
not till afterwards.
You get to tell us the real story after, but I'm going to say it started out on an orange orchard because those are very common in California where we currently are.
They're not called groves.
They are called groves. There you go.
That's
You're
a good
allowed
point.
to say that.
Yeah.
I was like, orchard is the wrong word. As the president of words,
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
as someone that was like, obtuse is okay, please jump in.
No. Even leadership is human.
That's why I was like, she would want to know.
I
She
would
want
want to know. An orange grove. Yeah. So you were out at an I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You were out at an orange grove. And it was more of those like sort of, hey, we're going to have a day. We're just going to explore more of California, go out, pick some oranges, make some fresh orange juice, relaxed kind of day.
This, of course, was, everyone knows, I remember when you were talking about going to the orange groves all the time. This was back when Kyle had just visited Italy, so he was going through a real Italian food phase, which one does. And sometimes the urge strikes while you're out picking oranges in the California sun. You're like, you know what I fucking need?
Yeah.
Some heavy, lead-like Italian food.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Which everyone also knows.
Cut through all that citrus.
Just cut through it, and it's everywhere in California, right? So you went to the place that is known for its chicken tetrazzini, which most Californians, Americans even, have never even heard of. But Kyle's like, no, trust me, this spot is known for its chicken tetrazzini. Let's go there right now.
Buca de Beppo.
Right. Right? Buca de Beppo.
Yeah. It's so particular of a place that it doesn't even have a name. You just have to know where it is. So you it's not Buca de Beppo. Yeah. So you told the driver of the like you were going on this little trip. You told the driver, hey, we're gonna just follow my directions. We're gonna take this path, and you ended up getting a little bit lost in the outskirts of California by the Orange Grove, and you stumbled upon a waterfall.
Which I didn't know there were that many waterfalls in California at all.
Especially in Southern California, where it is a desert.
Got to get them early in the season.
Right,
yes.
right. And like any driver, after just, especially in this era of digital GPS and all that shit, would get annoyed being like, really? This is where you led me?
Yeah.
Just to another goddamn beautiful waterfall. I see these all the time. I got a fucking business to run, Buster Brown. Get the fuck out. You figure it out from here. Kyle, being the peaceful, chill guy that you are, with a belly full of citrus and a hunger for some chicken tetrazzini, was like, fine, bro. I'll just be out here in nature like I'm used to being in.
Yep.
And it was while you were out there in nature that you were like, you know what? I don't need to eat any chicken tetrazzini right now. In fact, I'm going to make my own Italian dish, but I'm going to use what's given to me here on the land, like a true omnivore. I could eat anything. Doesn't have to be meat. Could be shrubbery. Could be vegetables. Could be whatever. Tomatoes, let's go pick some of those.
Shrubbery came before vegetables.
It did. Exactly. So you found yourself out there in the wilderness by this beautiful waterfall, doing your best to whip together what's it called? A trail mix version of some chicken tetrazzini.
Oh, some gorp.
Yeah, some gorp.
Some gorp.
Some gorp's what it's
So
all about.
you gathered that gorp. It was vegetable shrubbery, some berries out there in the wilderness.
Right.
And you let
Gorp
it marinate.
tetrazzini was my rabbi.
There it is.
Sorry. See, no, marinade. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You let all of that mixture marinate in the sun while you enjoyed the waterfall, and you had one of the best gorp meals you've ever had to this date.
Nothing like sun-warmed
berry
chicken
shrubbery.
Yep.
But sans and that's the other part is you realize you're like, oh, I don't have any chicken, but wait, I've got this chicken jerky in my back pocket because everyone knows Kyle Kinane always near a jerky. So
or if you let it sit in the sun long
your new
enough, you'll
catchphrase,
have
Kyle
it.
Kinane, always buy a jerky.
So this is it's not, like again, like we maybe weren't clear when I asked you to come on the podcast to tell us a story you've never told before, but this is the one.
Yeah.
If you know Kyle, you know his story about getting a belly full of oranges, a hankering for some chicken tetrazzini, a shitty Lyft driver, and a decision to just make his own in nature while enjoying one of its natural splendors, the waterfall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's an old Kyle Kinane classic.
We nail it?
I mean, has anybody just been like, yeah, and then you just ended the episode right there? Is that what everybody says at the end?
Look. There's a first time for everything, and don't be ashamed if you're that guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's when
I just can't believe
that's when the podcast ends. Is when we completely nail it. Someone says "yep," and it just ends right there, and we're done forever.
Like, wait, that really happened?
Yep.
Can I just throw this out there before I hear the real story? Kyle, you've definitely told me crazier stories than the time you made homemade chicken tetrazzini.
Definitely true.
By a waterfall.
I've told you more bonkers stories.
Yeah, you've got a couple more Looney Tunes in there. But wait, what's the real story?
The real story, it was because I trying to do camping shit. Orange is just, for some reason, all this camping stuff I have. My sleeping bag's orange, my tent's orange, and all this orange stuff. And the same reason I'm going out tomorrow, which is to see if I remember what all this gear does, is what I did early on with all my gear. So I forget what the second word. Should I say the words in order? They're a little bit
the second one is chicken tetrazzini.
Oh, yeah. So I bought all this freeze-dried food, for camping, because you're going to have all the freeze-dried stuff. I'm not hauling a stove and all that stuff in there. Just get put the boiling water in the thing, in the bag of freeze-dried food. I got chicken tetrazzini. I was excited about it, but my whole thing was like, all right, I'm gonna go where there's no bears, but practice as though bears live here. So I got the little bear,
which
canister.
is a great, just by the side note, a great just rule of thumb for life.
Yeah,
even if you're in the 17th story of an apartment building.
What predators could possibly be around? And one of the big things is about smell. If they smell anything, so anything you cook, you got to make sure you wash your hands off, wash everything. Anything that, like the bear canister, is just they can't open it and get a taste for the food,
right?
But it still might have odor on it, so you have to keep that X amount.
That's why you have to hang it from a tree.
And they say they can figure out the hanging, so now it's just leave it like it's 50 yards away from your campsite. You leave your canister.
Wait, bears have figured out that it's hanging.
But they see it hanging because they can climb trees. I mean, now the thing I have, you don't have to, they could just, you can here, get it. It just looks like a big jar, but the opening mechanism.
Okay.
Eventually, so you want to frustrate the bear
to where it's like
until it sees you,
and then just full of rage.
But so I was up there and I was like, all right, well, you've never done any of this before. I was never an Eagle Scout, didn't have older brothers or anybody in my family. I'm going to teach you how to camp and stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to be an Eagle Scout. At this point, I was probably 30 years old. And so I'm putting it. You get the freeze-dried foods, a Ziploc bag,
right? And
so you got to be weary of, because like bears, I was going to say carnivore, but they're not carnivores; they're omnivores.
Right.
Bears eat, whatever they want to eat. Trash. They eat your face.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be food grade at all.
And also, this was after I had hiked up to a waterfall. I was testing the weight of the gear, so I didn't realize there was waterfalls. Like, there's waterfalls in Southern California. So that part was, I was like going to see waterfall.
We nailed one.
And I did have chicken tetrazzini. So that was,
well, you gave us the
in
word,
an unnamed place, which was the woods. There wasn't a restaurant. I did eat it at a place that nobody else knows about. It was just a specific campsite that I went to. But then, so it's a Ziploc bag that you pour the hot water in. You got to squish it all around to get it unfreeze dry. And I did that, and the whole thing is like, whatever you do, you just got to be careful of odors, because the bears will smell it. And I didn't close it all the way, and I squeezed it, and I marinated myself in chicken tetrazzini.
Oh, no.
And so that was where I was like, you're going to die. You shouldn't go camping anymore.
Turning yourself into an Italian dish for bears.
Yeah. The whole time I'm just like manipulating it in the bag. Like, don't spill anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just wore the bag of it. And I'm like, I'm dead.
Wow.
I just imagine miles away, one bear like, hey, boo-boo, you in the mood for some chicken Kinane? Kinane tzatziki. You're in the mood for some collard.
Keep doing it, it'll go Irish.
No, there's a bear.
Keep doing it, you'll find it.
There's a bear accent. This is a Yogi Bear, some collard tzatziki.
But that's the part you watch these nature things, like bears can smell
2,000 years.
A mile away. And it's just like, that was where like splash, and then just one bear down on a different mountain, like, that smells great. Oh my God.
Is that saffron?
Herbs and spices?
Bears can smell 1 year away.
You can time travel, but only with smell.
But only with smell. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That smells
it smells like the world is burning. Yeah. Great.
Wait, smell a little past that though. Smell a little past
smell
that.
Gunpowder. Tears. Right. Something bad's going to happen here.
Keep going. All right, that smells like honeysuckles. Let's go there. I don't know how far that is. The world's been so destroyed that it's just covered in honeysuckles.
Oh my God.
It'd be beautiful but pointless. Well, you can suck them for honey.
Is that I actually was like, is that true?
That's true. You can.
Yeah, you can.
They're not honey, but it's like a sweet.
It's a sweet
little nectar
flavor. Yeah,
it's a little nectar.
It's probably poisonous. Actually, don't just go eat.
Yeah. Listeners, don't try this.
It makes you
at home in the outdoors.
It turns you into a southerner.
Oh.
It turns you way too polite for your own damn good. For your own damn good.
This boy just sucking on weeds, trying to get in touch with his roots.
Why is this boy walking around slurping on flowers all day?
This is the only accent you can keep because it's your home accent.
This is the one that gave him the confidence to try.
Yeah.
But he does hold the door open for people now.
All right, you keep telling that little tale. I'm gonna give myself a little beverage.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm very thirsty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all been yammering over here.
Do you have any more LaCroix?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, yeah.
LaCroix.
These are the
LaCroix.
These are the moments that can always be edited out or left in. I prefer to leave them in. Let listeners know we're not just machines.
Oh, me and Dave sit here. I think Dave's taking whole shits while I've just been filling the air. Going on about something.
That is in reference to the one and only David Stone.
Dave Stone, yeah. Co-host of the Boogie Monster
The
podcast.
Boogie Monster podcast. Gotta plug it. Wait.
Have you gotten anybody's story close?
Never even.
Have they been bonkers? I know that wasn't a real bonkers story.
I mean, that's
because you were saying like it doesn't have to be
a slice of life. It's a slice of life.
Have people told you bonkers story? Did Steve Ranazizi tell you a story?
No.
That's all right. They're Rachel's. I'll replace.
I predict one day someone will come on here and be like, so this is about the time I help someone bury a body.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're guessing that they murdered somebody. You're like, can we stop the podcast? I just needed to confess, but I didn't want to confess. But I needed that weird serial killer thrill of somebody knowing what I've done.
But then I can always deny it because you told the story, not me. I simply gave you the words, which were all latitudinal, longitudinal.
It's just the O.J. Simpson book. If I had done it, or whatever.
It's like microcosm Zodiac killer shit right here. Sacramento, Fortnite. Blade.
Rusty Hammer. Can I say that? Can I say Rusty Hammer? Does that be Rusty and Hammer?
Can you kill somebody with it? Hey man, I don't know. It's your podcast.
Yeah. I mean, can an adjective and a verb? Can I use an adverb or an adjective? What would that be? An adjective. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes I get so excited, my brain drops back to 8th grade level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I get excited when I remember what those parts of the sentences are called.
Conjunction, junction. What's that?
You're not. I mean, if you remembered everything, how boring would life be, right?
It's true. But
trying to come to terms with
you know
something?
What? Every episode I feel like we alienate some weird sect of society. So sorry, people with photograph memories. We still love you.
Photographic memories?
Yeah.
No, I just remember pictures.
You're like, guys, I gotta go pull these pictures. I gotta go download pictures.
What was it? Mike O'Connell as a joke. He's like, I have a photographic memory, but it only takes pictures of tits and gin.
What's
That's such a good little one-liner.
Yeah.
Have you ever, while on one of these hunting trips, encountered
hunting trips?
I mean,
hunted nothing.
Hunting for experience.
All right.
Camping trips. Have you ever encountered this is fucked? Like a not 127 days or hours, but close to.
I haven't gotten. I mean, you get weirded out being in a tent if you're by yourself because every noise is just all right, bear, mountain lion, murderer, Bigfoot,
all in one, at the same
Mm-hmm.
time.
Bigfoot's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Wow, because psychologically having a tent is I don't want to be able to see it. Look, no, I'm you're not protected as a tent, but psychologically,
you just don't want people to watch you sleep.
Well, no, I'm not by anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just psychologically, you're I have a border between me and the outside world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also that border, you hear something the only way to see, there's no windows in a tent, is to just open a zipper and let everybody know there's a thing over in this corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alive. So
but
I don't get a lot of sleep when I do.
But also you snore. So when you do,
well, now I do. I think back then I didn't. So we'll see. Maybe the snore will be preventative.
Yeah.
See, now you guys are like, I'm gonna go does snoring attract animals and be mountain lions.
Oh no! Don't go down that rabbit hole.
That's the sound of a mountain lion in heat. It's very similar to an adult with sleep apnea.
I think you see that's the thing. But I would argue that would just create a sound that animals would be like, that's scary. I don't know what that is. I will avoid it.
Well, hopefully it just sounds big enough that it's it's not a size.
Yeah. His certainly does.
Yeah, I have no fear that my snoring would definitely derail.
It scares away me. I moved to a different room.
Yeah.
You've seen the setup here.
Oh yeah.
I feel as if I because think about that. If snoring is just a human thing that because you're not an overweight guy and you snore, so it's like it's. I don't know if there is a pattern or like a thing, but they never would have made it this far west if snoring would attracted animals in the middle of the night.
That's true.
You know, like people would just be gobbled up in their sleep. I feel like it might be like the thing,
Well,
like not an alarm, but what am I thinking of? It's like a white flag.
Oh.
To the rest of nature in the night. Like, okay, that's a sleeping thing. Leave it alone.
a white flag means you surrender. I don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
I give up. You can have me.
That's hey, get over there.
Come meet me.
Come and get it, critters.
Yeah.
Here I am.
I ain't gonna fight back. I'm unconscious.
I'm rubbing chicken tetrazzini right into my torso. All the soft bits,
Yeah.
just
Put
how you like it.
seasoning on myself.
My snoring sounds like my hot fresh now sound from my donuts.
Been riding bikes so the legs is real juicy.
I am sleeping, so you know my brain is released an endorphin into my body that makes my meat real sweet.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a thing.
No pesky hair on my head. Just crack that skull like a soft-boiled egg. Get in there.
Maybe that's why we fart so much in our sleep, because it's a little bit of like a.
I don't think that's true at all.
This is me trying to.
Animals
blame.
love weird smells.
Yes.
Animals are all about weird.
Dogs-
Animals are constantly smelling the butts of other animals.
Yep.
Dogs go directly into your crotch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait. Yeah. Side note: Caitlin was dog sitting, and we had we had a maid. We had hired a maid to come clean our apartment,
Oh, yeah.
and the dog went directly for the maid's butt. Remember, and she was like, "Dog, you sniffing the wrong part."
Yeah.
It was just like,
That dog was so funny because the owner was supposed to pick it up before the maid came. And then there was one maid in the bathroom that the dog couldn't see. And every time the maid poked her head out to be like, "Do you want this part cleaned?" Or like what do we do here? The dog would freak out and be like, "There's someone else here." And I'm like, isn't your sense of smell better than this? What's happening?
You got that? You were just dog sitting these dogs?
Yeah. I'm doing the Rover. This is a plug for Rover.
yeah.
No. I love it. It's like having a dog for 4 or 5 days and then getting paid.
They come to
hang.
your house and you hang out with them?
I kind of offer both, but usually they come to my house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, also,
I'm into it.
and also, I just want to
Yeah.
clarify: maids are extremely cheap in New York City. And we were only cleaning because we have zero time at home, and we're like, this place has got to be clean.
I've never
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
weirder than twice. I think I've gotten a cleaning person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just so weird. Like, should I be home? Do you want me here?
I know.
And
It feels
then you're
really
like,
weird.
then you're like embarrassed of the things that are dirty, but like, no, that's why you're here.
Yep. And
is
you
to
like
do
put
this.
specific things away because you're like, I can clean that.
And yeah, I'm like,
So.
fuck. Oh, I just felt like such a putz.
Yeah. I usually clean everything myself.
Yeah,
It's one of the few things that's hard for me to like. I'll let go just because I'm like, I could just do this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
should. Just
Yeah.
do-
Like if I'm
Yeah.
home when they're
Yeah.
here, that means I could be doing the things
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want me to pick your shoes up from the middle of the room
Yeah.
and just put them in the corner?
It's like
Yeah.
when you used
Yeah.
to be a dog walker and you would come pick up people's dogs to walk and they'd just be home. It kind of
Yeah.
feels like that.
like a decade ago when I was a dog walker in New York. And yeah, you'd show up to walk people's dogs, and it was like, why are you here on a treadmill? You're on a treadmill right now.
It's so
Like,
ridiculous.
Oh, that was it. Somebody.
Yeah. But
somebody put like somebody who does spin classes like, oh, I'm on one of these moving spin bikes, and I was like, yeah, that's a fucking bicycle.
Wow.
Like I didn't like.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For the longest time, when I heard people talking about they were taking spinning, I was like, it's probably some sort of just ballet-like rotation.
Oh my God. I'm
I
so
wasn't
glad that
sure what it
phase
was
is
either.
finally, that trend is finally dying because just go ride a bike.
Well, I mean, like I understand, like, hey, exercise. If you're doing better for yourself, right on. And I
Yeah.
get,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I could be like, oh, the bike riding is like, all right, well, you got to go out into the city where you're either huffing exhaust or dealing
Right.
like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
traffic. Like, it's not the same as. It's an exact hour where somebody yells at me to go fast, go faster,
Yeah, like,
turn the dial.
Get up on
this
your
way.
handlebars.
Yeah.
They're playing
And-
loud music.
They don't want the joy of riding a bike. They just want
Yeah.
the exercise.
Which,
That's
by the
true.
way,
That's why I would rather have a treadmill. I fucking hate running.
I
Yeah.
do hate running.
But
I
you're-
get it.
But you're okay. But you're a bike rider.
Yeah.
You two ride the shit out of bikes.
Yeah.
I don't. I wish I rode bikes as much, but like Caitlin rides her bike through New York City in
Yeah.
January during a snow tsunami,
Yeah.
and it's no big deal.
It's-
You
well,
I
how
wouldn't
many
do that.
how many collarbones have you broken? Both?
I haven't.
Mhm.
No brakes. No
No?
brakes. sprained my knees.
That's
got
what it
some
was.
Stitches.
Yeah, but you went biking today, right?
I was out today. I was out yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like you go out into the wilderness,
well.
though.
Yeah, we were up on top of the Verdugos over there.
Cool.
Like, bad. No shade. Probably a mild heat stroke yesterday. Last night I was...
Really?
Last night I was like walking around. I was doing that thing. I was like so burnt out. I was like, I'll put my pants on. You get one leg on. You're like, let me get something to drink. And you're dragging pants around. Man, you're not going out today. Yeah. You're not doing any of the plans. We had plans last night. I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Good.
You wake up with food that you ordered that you didn't eat. That's the best. Is when you order food and then it gets to your place. And you're like, I don't want to eat it. I'll just save it.
It was like it was dinner time.
That's breakfast.
Like
I'll just deal in tomorrow. I mean, that's like. But that like hobbies are important. I'm just they're important. I'm just
what?
I just took such a big sip. I was going to spit it out all over the microphone. Hobbies are important.
We can't get all our thoughts out, but how about this one? Hobbies are
sometimes
that's a great high school guidance counselor accent that you have.
I have I think I might have high school
outside
guidance counselor Tourette's. Everyone should pay more attention to their surroundings. You know?
Follow your dreams just within a sensible scope.
Yeah.
What? Where'd I go there for a minute?
Hey, that I think is a great theme of this show.
Yeah.
Everyone should listen to your inner high school guidance counselor. Get a hobby.
Stick with it.
Stick with it.
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Get over those humps.
Also get a dream.
Yep.
Also go hiking in the woods and get some session sativa.
Yeah. But don't cover yourself in marinade and attract a bear.
Your dream should be the session sativa. Your goal should be the engine that you pull apart to see what it's made of. And your art should be what you recreate.
Hobbies.
I think I'm just. You know what? I mean, I think
enjoying watching you guys try to land this thing.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, are you wrapping it up? I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
I'm just observing now.
My wrap ups are a lot like an actual chicken wrap. It doesn't seem that good until you bite into it.
Oh my God! All right. Thanks for listening.
Wait, Kyle. What?
Oh yeah.
I don't have any metaphors.
No. What is it? Shootingforthird.com? Is that still a thing?
Oh, it's just KyleKinane.com.
What was shootingforthird.com? Oh, that's
the title of the website.
Yeah.
It was like an old the name of the Tumblr ad. Remember Tumblr? Do people still do that? Now that
Yeah.
they took the porn off of it.
Yeah. I was never really on it.
So it's still KyleKinane.com?
Yeah.
It's gone the way of Twitter in a weird way.
Yeah. And what is it on the socials? It's still just Kyle Kinane at Kyle Kinane.
Just search Kyle Kinane.
Can't find.
I know.
That's my pet. People like, hey man, how do I get tickets to this show? I don't know. Use the device you just contacted me with.
Yeah.
I'm not motherfucking Google.
Use your gateway into
I know
the
you
universe.
don't post a lot, but in general, you do post when something's important, and it's like you did all this work to post the thing, and then someone else is like, "Man, when are you coming to my city?" And it's like, I posted the thing.
I stopped responding. I would make jokes about it, and then I just stopped altogether. I appreciate when someone's like, "Oh, hey, this link doesn't work." I was like, "Oh, cool," because I'm bad at that stuff.
Yeah.
But when it's just like, I'll be at this place on this day, is the name of the business or club. Here's the date. Hey man, I just want to write back. Here's Google's address.
Yeah.
And but also like I'm being a dick. It's somebody, you know.
I know.
They just more want the contact, and I'm an asshole, and I don't give them that.
Let me Google that for you now. Does a little little video GIF thing of typing it into Google and then like sending you on your way. It's great.
That is a good point.
Nice.
They do
slap in the face.
They do just want the content. They do just want
digital slap in the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do just want the. He responded.
Yeah, they do.
She responded. Yeah.
There was some band that put on Twitter like, "Yeah, I don't do a lot on social. I'm pretty bad at social media because it's my personal life, and my personal life's pretty rad. And I want to keep it that way, so I keep it my personal life.
That's great.
Have a good day, everybody." And I was like,
yeah.
Why can't more people understand?
Yeah.
It's because there's entire generation being raised to be like, well, I have to do this.
Oh, I watched that movie 8th grade on the plane back from Chicago.
Yeah.
It's great. And there's so much of that.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it hit.
You know what? Bo Burnham is a great example, not to just plug him randomly.
Use a metaphor.
Yep.
Nope, I'm going to go straight earnest.
Bo Burnham, which is an acronym for Brilliant, Often Begrudged, Utilitarian, Raconteur, Male. Wait, Burn.
You're
now
spelling this incorrectly.
Always meta.
There we go. Okay. Anyway.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Good.
Where was I? I don't even remember.
Bo
Now I'm
Burnham.
gone.
You remember the
I'm gone.
the
Oh,
acronym
no,
I
he's a
fired
good
off?
example of someone that was raised in a generation that needed social media. His whole career blew up that way.
Well, but he was like
He was baby YouTube.
I know, but he wasn't raised in this.
No, I know, but he
still, with that
is
being part of your life,
living
that
in
was
that.
never part of my life.
No,
growing up in high school,
And he could have gone the way of just keeping producing content because that's where his people were, and instead he's gone the way of I'll stop doing a lot of things and then create 8th grade.
Well, a lot of people also don't realize that Bo's in his early 50s. He just looks
this
good.
This is true.
People don't realize he's
Benjamin Buttons.
Bo Benjamin Buttons.
You know what? I was going to cut this part out completely.
No way.
For that, I'm keeping it in
Fuck
now.
that. You just got a piece of gold out of Kinane.
There it is. There it is. You got it. Kyle's like a river full of gold pieces.
Jesus
you got
Christ.
just cut
Make it ends. I will cut it right there. All right, thanks. Bye.
Later.
Chicken tetrazzini is comfort.